Hey guys, this is Josh Farley back with another video. In this video, I'm actually going to be talking about something different today. I do like to mix it up on my channel from time to time. I'm actually going to be talking about the Alive Diabetic Multivitamin. So I actually have had diabetes in the past. It actually unfortunately runs in my family. Unfortunately, one of my mom's brothers actually died from it. And I thought that I would share this with you guys, this Alive Diabetic vitamin. So I actually went to the doctor a few times. I was actually rushed to the hospital a couple of times recently. It wasn't too long ago. That's why I was away from the channel for a few months. A few months ago. So I was trying to get my health under control. I eat a lot of sugary stuff and everything. Or I did, before I started taking this vitamin. So I was having problems, with like, just pain, in my legs and my arms and, like what they actually call diabetic neuropathy or neuropathy. So my one uncle that I actually call an uncle, he's not really an uncle. He was married to my mom's cousin. But I just call him Uncle Steve out of respect. So he is actually diabetic. He's full-blown diabetic. He's diabetic too. And he actually told me that I was diabetic or I was pre-diabetic. He seems to think that I'm pre-diabetic. Now, excuse me, I did actually go to the doctor, and they told me that the blood test came back negative. So the same thing happened when I was in the hospital. I was in the emergency room, and they told me that the blood test come back negative. So, my uncle told me, I talked to him, I said, well, what do you think's going on here? And he said that he thinks that I'm pre-diabetic. So when I started, having those symptoms, I looked online at, some vitamins that I could take. And at first I actually started taking just cinnamon supplements, because he actually told me about them. He told me that you can try to take cinnamon supplements, just, regular cinnamon supplements. So I tried them and they didn't really do anything for me. They didn't really change my symptoms any. I was also having like bladder symptoms. I was having, like pain when I would go to the bathroom. And, I'm not going to get too much into that. But I was, having a foul smelling urine and stuff too. And my uncle told me, yeah, that's definitely a symptom, of diabetes because your body's trying to get, the sugars out of your system. And that's the only way it can, really get the sugars out of your system, is through your urine. So he told me that's a classic sign. And not only that, I was having other symptoms, like I was having, like pain in my limbs. Like I said, my arms and my legs, my feet were tingling. My hands would tingle sometimes. I would have, problems, going to the bathroom. Like I said, it would seem harder to go. Also, I would have, like extreme thirst, like I would be thirsty all the time. I would feel dehydrated. And that's actually what sent me to the emergency room the one time. I told my uncle he was taking me to work, one day because my car was having problems. And he took me to work one day and I told him, I said, I think I need to go to the emergency room. I just started getting these, shaking, like a shakiness, and, my sugars were probably out of whack or something. Like I said, I went to the doctor a few times. I went to a primary doctor, and they really haven't done anything for me. They just told me that the tests have come back negative. So they haven't really done much for me. So I, looked into this stuff myself. I looked online, and fortunately I went to Walmart. And I came across this Alive Diabetic Multivitamin, and I've been taking these ever since, and I felt a lot better. I'd probably have to say that I feel like 90% better, almost 100% better. My bladder pain went away. It doesn't hurt, like it did when I urinate. I just, felt a lot better. I don't have pain in my body and my limbs anymore. I don't feel dehydrated all the time like I did after taking these. These are really good. You can get them at Walmart. Walmart. I got them for $13. You know, some people would probably think that's expensive, but it's definitely not. And you can read on here. I'll leave the link down below in the description to what this has in it. It has cinnamon, and it says right here, it says provides essential nutrients, 20 vitamins and minerals, and it says without defa liposa acid, cinnamon, and fenugreek. So that's stuff that, that's stuff that diabetics need, and my uncle even told me that, that cinnamon helps. I tried taking just the regular cinnamon supplements, like I said, but they didn't really seem to help. They didn't really seem to do anything. And I was actually starting to get like a little bit woozy from taking them, and I actually read about that, and too much cinnamon, can actually be too much, for you. It's not good. It can cause you to get dizzy and stuff. So I've seen other ones online, other than these, but, these work for me. So one side effect is actually I recommend, because these might cause you to have diarrhea a little bit, but they don't really seem to do that for me. But I also take with these, and I'll leave that link down below in the description as well. I also take acidophilus with these. So after I take these, I take an acidophilus, and that's actually helping, that actually helps with your bowels and stuff. So you can read up on that if you want. But I take an acidophilus after I take these, and I don't have a problem with diarrhea or anything like people have been saying that they do. I haven't, really tested it, without taking the acidophilus. But I take these, and then I take an acidophilus right after, and I don't have a problem with diarrhea with these. So, there is one downside to these, and that's that it actually turns your urine like a neon yellow, like a really bright yellow, but I'm not worried about that. Some people said, oh, I'm not taking these anymore. I actually used to take a one a day, and it used to do the same thing, and I've read that that's because of the B vitamins, or A vitamins or something like that, that turns your, urine yellow like that. But that's not really a big deal to me. I mean, I can get over that. It's not like anybody's going to be looking at my urine or anything, unless I go to the doctor or something. I would just tell them that I'm taking these, and they would just be like, oh, okay, because it's not that big of a deal. Some people make it a big deal, but I don't, because this does what I needed to do, and this is cheaper than metformin. Metformin, when I was taking it, I actually did have problems with diarrhea, so I had, stomach upset and stuff like that, so I didn't actually want them to put me back on metformin, so I've been taking these, and it says no iron added, so that's a really good thing, because men, don't really need iron, so, that's a really good thing. But for women, if you do need iron, then you would probably want to take another supplement, like an iron supplement, because these don't provide iron, so that's, an unfortunate thing for women, if you want to take these. But for men, this definitely works. I mean, I couldn't believe how well they work. I can actually show you guys how big these are. Now, these are big. But they're very easy to swallow. I actually took them not long ago before I started making this video. As you can see there, they're pretty big. They're about the size of a one a day. But they're easy to swallow. They're really flat and smooth. I don't have a problem swallowing them at all. I just take them with a bunch of water and milk or something like that. Or I put them in yogurt. You can put them in yogurt, or something like that, on a spoon or something, and just take them like that. But they're only $13, like I said, at Walmart. You can get them on eBay for more expensive. I've seen them on eBay. But if they ever stop selling them at Walmart, I would still buy them at eBay, because they're like, I think they're like 15 or 20 on eBay. But you get 60 tablets, it says multivitamin supplement, and you can read the, drug facts, the supplement facts, not really a drug. But you can read, more into that. I can zoom in there. It shows you a little bit there. But I'm not going to really read all that. The main ingredients in this that help is the cinnamon, and that one right there. These two right there, the acid, the lipoic acid, the cinnamon, and the fenugreek. Which is like a root or something from what I've heard. So, like I said, I've been taking these, I started actually seeing a difference in like less than a week. when I started taking these. So I really hope that Walmart continues to sell these. But if they don't, I'll definitely keep buying them elsewhere, like on eBay, or elsewhere. Maybe even Amazon sells them. I haven't actually seen them on Amazon. I actually looked on Amazon, and I haven't actually seen them. So I do keep stocked up on these. Every time I place a Walmart order, I buy another bottle, just to make sure I have them. Because if I don't have them, I'm afraid that I'm going to start feeling the way I did again, and I just don't want to have to miss time from work, and stuff like that, because I'm actually out of sick time, because I was, having health problems so long. So these basically saved me. I mean, they really did. I'm really glad that I looked into these. I found these at Walmart, and they've done more for me than the doctors have, honestly, and that's actually pretty sad to say. They've done more for me than that. That's a really sad thing to say, but vitamins really do work. I don't really care what people think. Obviously doctors aren't going to say to me, oh well, I think you should be on this vitamin. I think you should be on that vitamin. They're not going to tell you guys that. They're not going to tell you that. And I've actually heard people actually switched from metformin, to these alive, diabetic vitamins. They're actually made by Nature's Way. So I'll leave the link down below in the description, like I said, to the Walmart link, and then maybe a eBay link or something as well. But I really hope that Walmart continues to sell these, because that's the thing that actually worries me. They might not sell them forever, because they get taken off the market. There's certain ones that get taken off the market because not because they're dangerous, but because the doctors don't really want people buying this stuff. Because if people buy this stuff instead of the metformin, which is like $20 or $30, sometimes more, depending on where you get it or what brand you get. Whether you get the generic, or the regular brand, it can be more expensive. But they try to take these kind of supplements, off the market, because they don't like, that people buy these instead of actually using their stuff. Because they get a percentage, when they subscribe a vitamin, subscribe a medication, to people. So, they really, hate vitamins, is basically the best word to say, the best thing to say. Doctors, there's some of them out there that will actually recommend vitamins, like vitamin D supplements, stuff like that. But, you very rarely hear a doctor, recommend a supplement to anybody. They're so quick to put you on something like metformin, or, any kind of drug, basically. They're not going to tell you about vitamins and stuff like that. So I just wanted to get this video out there, guys. I just wanted to let you guys know that this is what I use, to control my diabetes or my pre-diabetes. So another thing is, you also have to diet well. So I've been staying away from soda. I've been staying away from, sugary stuff. I eat bananas, they have natural sugar in them. I eat, fruits and vegetables, cherries, stuff like that. I drink plenty of water. I drink, unsweetened tea, stuff like that, sugar-free stuff. The main thing is here, if you're going to try to, go on this kind of stuff, alive, the diabetic vitamin, if you're going to try to go on this in place of metformin, you're going to have to diet. You're going to have to diet, and you're going to have to, walk and stuff. You're going to have to, just drink a lot of water. You're going to have to, just be better, with your diet. You're going to have to do that kind of stuff, because it's not going to actually replace metformin. But I actually did read some reviews on Walmart about this. I was reading some reviews before I actually bought it, and actually some people have actually said that they actually went off of metformin, and actually started using this, in place of that. But they also said, that they were dieting better. So you definitely have to keep that in mind. If you're a type 2, or a type 1, or you're just pre-diabetic, and you're trying to get off of metformin or something, then you're probably going to have to, diet really well. Excuse me. For me, like I said, I believe that I'm just pre-diabetic. so I can most likely get away with using these, for good, as long as I diet, as long as I continue to diet the way I do. So anyway, yeah, guys, that's the video. Like I said, I just wanted to, shoot this random video out there. I figured I'd let you guys know about this. This is the vitamin that I use. I take this daily. You get 60 capsules, 60 tablets. That's why I buy more, because you don't really get too many in there. But I buy these. They're only $13, like I said, at your local Walmart. So I would definitely recommend trying them, over metformin or something, especially if you're pre-diabetic. If you're type 2 diabetic, like I said, you would most likely have to diet a lot more to be able to get off your shot or something, or, whatever you take, insulin, or whatever. But, I would definitely recommend giving them a try. And if you feel better, after taking them, I would definitely, consult your doctor about it, ask your doctor about it. I'm not even probably going to talk to my doctor about it, because he would probably just think, oh, it's just, a bunch of BS, that it doesn't help or anything, but they do. Like I said, I started taking these, I've been taking them a few weeks now, almost a month now, and, for $13, I mean, they're, really good. You can't beat that. I mean, I've seen other ones on Amazon and stuff, that go for like $30, and you get like a 20 tablets or something. So this is definitely worth it, for, what it does for me anyway. But everybody's different. You have to keep that in mind, but it's definitely worth trying it. I thought to myself when I bought it, oh, $13, if they don't work, they don't work. It is what it is. But, they work for me, so I'm really glad about it. But anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, just wanted to get this video out there. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys.